Day 3, another 6 a.m. start, another finish at 8:30. We start again at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Today has been mega, quite difficult. We did about 5.5 hours of meditation, 2 hours in the morning. Well, 2 hour session in the morning, then another 2 hour session after breakfast. Then we had some amazing science. So the thing with Dr. Joe is he likes to measure everything and do the statistics. So he had one of his science guys up giving us the statistics and showing us photos of what happens with the blood when you do his meditations and the chemicals that get released in the blood. So the guy who works for him used to be in pharmacology, and he was just saying, there's 100% increase, 100% rate of improvement with everyone who does a week long with Dr. Joe. Even the people who've done them before have elevated rates of healing. He was talking about a group that they just did recently where they had 1,000 people who all had issues ranging from cancer to anxiety to post-traumatic stress, Hashimoto's, thyroidism, all that kind of stuff. And they all, from doing a week with Dr. Joe, the survey they did, so it was asking them questions more than, I think, checking their blood. They did bloods and stool samples, and they're checking the microbiome. But the first thing that came back was the self survey thing. They all had to wear bracelets that track their heart rate and all that kind of stuff. And from the what they'd done, it's been really recent. Everyone on that, their levels were the same as that as a normal person. So our anxiety levels were the same as that as a normal person's anxiety. They didn't test the people with cancer. He just came up with 4 different groups that they'd tested, which was absolutely amazing. I mean, their data is absolutely phenomenal. So that was interesting, seeing that side of things. And then, really exciting, I was recorded and interviewed as a testimonial. So hopefully it was good enough for them to use, and you may see me on Dr. Joe's channel on YouTube. And it was lovely, and the guy that interviewed me was so sweet, because afterwards he told me that his daughter had kidney cancer when she was 6 and had a kidney removed, and the word that they chose to focus on for her healing was joy. And I talked a lot about joy, and he was just like, oh, it was so lovely to hear you talking about that, because that was our experience too. So that was really beautiful. Had some really lovely connections with people, met someone else that I know. It's, small world in these places. The meditations I found really hard today. I was tired. My body was distracting me, my mind was distracting me, but I'm getting much better at pulling myself back into the meditation. And the best one I had, we did. He always starts off with being in your heart and really getting into the love vibration, which is oneness, which is self-love. I mean, if you've got self-love for yourself, you're always going to have love for other people. And actually, at the end of the meditation, I felt like my heart was outside my body, and it was enormous, and that was a really beautiful experience. But I had someone next to me who was really going through crying and releasing, and I found it really distracting. And I know when you're meditating you should be able to switch up, but we're literally packed like sardines next to each other. So I think, tomorrow we're doing a walking meditation in the morning, which is going to be really interesting, walking along the Thames. And he told a really funny story about when they did that in Brighton. The police came down because they thought it was a zombie apocalypse. This is what the police actually said. And when they said to him, why did you think it was a zombie apocalypse? And they said, because we were going up to these people and going, hi, hello, what you doing? And they were completely ignoring them because they were in the zone with their meditation. And I just thought that was hilarious. So, we're starting with that tomorrow. But you can also have the option of taking your blanket somewhere else and lying down. You don't lie down to the end. Sit up, as Dr. Joe says. So I might try that tomorrow and just see if I get less distracted by people. So highlights of today, some of the things that I mean, there's so much. I've written pages and pages. Probably got about 10 pages today. I mean, obviously, he spent a lot of time talking about 3D, 5D, 4D. 4D is about time where there's no time, and it's the door to the quantum field. So yeah, and we had this. Oh, this was quite a nice diagram. So this is the body, and these are the distractions. So we've got like environmental distractions, and then we've got our body distractions, and then we've got our identity, our ego, kind of go, no, I don't want to do this, and then we start thinking about our relationships, or past memories come in. We go down that little train of thought, past memories, and our emotions come in, start crying or getting upset. Our beliefs, I don't believe this, I don't believe in energy, this is a load of rubbish, whatever. And then your choices and your voices. And I had the most hilarious one today. So we're in the meditation, and I hear like this gassy noise, and my head just went, he's drugging us. He's putting something in the air. That's what's making all this happen. And then the next one is, this is a cult. And I was laughing at myself having those thoughts, because, I've been doing this work with him for so long. It's like, that's not really what I think, but that's what my brain was trying to distract me with. Weird dreams, which definitely had quite a lot of weird lucid dreaming today. And then time, it's like, oh, how much longer is this meditation going on for? It must be lunchtime by now, that kind of thing. And then after you've got through all of those levels of, it's like a tree, you drop into the oneness, no body, nowhere, no time, and moving into you are in oneness, everybody, everyone, every time, everything, everywhere at once. So yeah, so those are the body blocks. But yeah, he talks about the walking meditation, and it's basically taking what you've learned from the meditations with your eyes closed to, how do you embody this? So he was talking about, if you're someone who has come for healing, walk in the glory of being healed. And I love that. Walk as if you're worthy, walk as if you're abundant. When you feel whole, there's no lack, there's no want. You're not looking for anything else, because you're whole, you're completely whole. And when you create from wholeness, time gets shorter. So the thing that you're creating comes quicker. So that's working with the quantum. So we were working a lot with that today. So we'll see what comes to me really quickly. And he was just saying, if you find it really hard to get into that heart space, what you can do is just give to other people. That creates a oneness, that creates a connection, that creates, gratitude. So, there was just so much in there today. And once again, connected with some really lovely people, and had a good day. And yeah, obviously doing the interview that's one of the things that I've been visualizing since all my friends fundraised for me to come to this, was that I could stand up and tell my story of being healed. And that's what I was. Well, he doesn't call it visualization. You're not visualizing, you're feeling. So I had to feel what it felt like to be excited and full of joy at Dr. Joe's event, being recorded, telling my healing story. And that happened today. So I manifested that. Took a while, but you can blame what's going on in the world for that. That wasn't anything to do with the speed of my manifestation. So, and I don't think I've mentioned one of the other things that he does. This is one of those American things, but it works. So before every single session, the music gets pumped up and everyone runs down to the front, and there's like a disco with dry ice and flashing lights, and every single tune is uplifting. Everyone's, well, you know what, there's a lot of Brits that are not getting up and dancing because I think they need a pint in their hand to do it, but everyone's up at the front and the energy is amazing. And every single time I've done that, so we do it first thing in the morning, and then after any breaks, after lunch, after breakfast, it's like, and that's how he comes onto the stage with everyone dancing, whooping and clapping, and he has a little boogie. I might try and record some tomorrow. It's great, but I got the thought this morning, today, was just like, I'm going to start doing this at home. So when I get up in the morning, there's going to be a disco in the kitchen, and the kids better join me. Maybe that'll help Dorothy get over her grumpy preteen morning feeling. They're just going to think I'm bonkers, but that's my plan. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow for a very different day, starting at 6 a.m. with a walking meditation. We will be the zombie apocalypse walking around London. So I'll see you tomorrow.